Hey everyone, Bob Thibodeau here. Thank you for joining us again today. As this week we're talking about what are some of the common characteristics that make a good coach. And yesterday we just introduced the subject matter and basically tell you what we're going to be going over this week. So today I'm going to go over the first four common characteristics of what makes a good coach. Now you can use this to evaluate coaches that you currently have, compare, contrast, evaluate coaches you are contemplating hiring, or if you are a coach in some form or fashion, you can evaluate yourself and identify areas that you can make improvement on and become an even better coach. Now, quality number one is a sincere desire to help other people. I mean, that's what a coach is all about anyway, right? You have to enjoy helping others. If you do not truly have a desire to help other people, then you are only entering this field to make money. Can I be honest? Remember yesterday I said follow the money? That's the heart of the matter. If you're in it to help other people, the money is a secondary consideration. It is still a consideration. It still is a factor. But if you're only trying to get someone to hire you to make money, really helping them is secondary, you do not need to be in this business. And if you are looking at hiring a coach and all they're talking about is pressuring you into signing on a dotted line and this is how much it's going to cost, are they really in it for you or are they in it for themselves? Because a desire to help other people has to be the first priority. And this will shine through eventually, and those who are focused only on the money will fail. Quality number two is to become invested in the client's success. These clients have hired you for a reason. It could be to help overcome some type of personal problem. It could be to help them achieve some kind of business success. It could simply be to have someone they can talk to confidentially without worrying about the risk that it's going to get back to others. Now, this is not to mean that you're a psychologist or a psychiatrist and you're giving that kind of professional advice. No, not at all. It's just a confidant, someone that, I'm stuck. Here's what I'm trying to do, and I'm not sure if I should go this way or this way. And they just need someone to basically be a sounding board with. And that's one of the coach's jobs, is to be that sounding board, not to give advice. I said, well, I think you should pick number one, because if number one fails, guess who they're going to blame? All right. So you don't want to give them advice like that. But sometimes when you're going through something, it just helps to talk it out. And as you talk it out, suddenly this huge problem becomes so much simpler, because instead of look at the overall picture, they're trying to articulate it to communicate to you as a coach. They're trying to communicate to you what it is they're going through. And in doing so, it's helping them narrow down exactly what the problem is. And so many times I've seen this happen, whereas they're trying to describe the problem and the situation to you and what a couple alternatives are in their own mind, it becomes so clear. I don't know why I couldn't see this before. That's part of the coach's job, and it has to be confidential. All right. And by doing that, you're not giving professional advice as far as, medical psychiatry or anything like that. It simply means you're offering them a willing ear to listen and perhaps to be a guide through some of the issues that they are having that you can help with. Remember, don't give advice in areas that exceed your skills or your qualifications. For example, leaving the area of psychiatry and things like that. Let's say they're asking you for tax advice and you are not a legal or qualified tax advisor. Refer them out to someone who is. Do not give advice in an area that you are not qualified in. That's the point I'm trying to make. Quality number three, push them to become better. You're not being hired to be their friend. You're not hired to be their yes man or whatever their idea is. You are there to push them to their successful limit, then get them to grow in their ability and then push them even further. Much like going to the gym and hiring a weightlifting coach. They'll start by pushing a client to do the max lift that they can do. Let's say it's 100 pounds. A person can only lift that amount. They can't lift 200 pounds. I don't care how hard you try, you are not going to lift 200 pounds if your muscles will only lift 100. So the coach can yell and scream and throw a tantrum all they want. The person will not physically lift more than 100 pounds. But with the proper training, with the proper encouragement, the 100 becomes 110, then 125, then 150, till finally the goal of pushing 200 pounds is attained. It's not going to happen overnight, but over the course of time, it will happen. Well, your coaching program should be organized the same way. Push your clients to achieve all they can do, then help them to grow even more by properly training them in areas that will help them to stretch just a little bit. Eventually, the big goal will be achieved. And finally, for today, quality number 4, do not become emotionally involved in your client's problems. That can be a big problem. You have immense power in this relationship. If you lose your cool about a situation, you can provide an adverse influence on your client. They need to trust that you will be in control at all times. If they're angry, just remain silent, remain calm. If they're upset, remain calm. If they're emotional and crying, remain in control of your emotions. One thing I learned in law enforcement, their problems are not my problems. All right, because and a lot of people say, well, that's why cops are so cold. In one way, it is. That is a shield we have. Their problems are not my problems, and you need to look at it the same way as a coach. This type of mentality often gives cops a bad name, but it allows them to do their job effectively, remaining focused on the big picture at hand. As a coach, I've learned the same thing. As a coach, you can learn the same thing, that their problems are not your problems. You need to remain objective, standoffish, not becoming emotionally involved in your client's problems. And I found this has helped me out. I believe it'll help you out as well. Now, tomorrow we're going to take it up there with the next 4 major qualities that are common characteristics of a good coach. If you're looking at some type of extra stream of income, I am putting a link down below. This is something that I've become involved with. It's highly successful. And it's not just a business, it's fun. When you help someone with this and they see it and they grasp the concept, I mean, folks, it's a free app. It costs the client nothing, okay? And the company pays you to share it. You get a percent, and what it is, and I'll just briefly explain it. You click the link. When you click the link, it takes you to a page on my website, and there are 2 links on that page. One explains about the app. That's why I don't have to take all the time to do it here. But basically, wherever they shop, if they accept this app, they pay for whatever it is they have, Kohl's, Macy's, whatever, through the app, and they get cash back. And the company pays you also to share that app. But if you really want to get it deeply involved, check out the affiliate link, because that's where you can make an extra stream of income. Now, I also put some resources down below to talk about the common characteristics of a good coach. And these are external things that I've researched in preparing for this presentation. So if you want to look at that, it might give you a different perspective as well. All right. So tomorrow we'll take it up there. Till then, as Bob Till remind you, I'll see you then.